Okay. Woohoo! Lovely. All right. Now yell them out up here. When we feel good, we have more. We've got good yellers. I didn't understand one of those. One more time. Power. Friends. Energy. Confidence. Fun. Woohoo! Success. Okay, I think we're going to stop there. It's true. It's true. It's true. He yelled out money at the end. When I spoke to the CEOs on the cruise ship, it was a rough talk. Somebody had to do it. And I said, how important is attitude to making this kind of money? And one of the guys owned the ship. 0 to 100%. What do you think they said? They averaged 98. When I spoke to 2,500 nurses in Dallas and said, how important is attitude to the recovery process? 2,500 of you, you're on the front lines. You watch who heals quickly, who heals slowly, who doesn't heal at all. Now, I know that we're not all supposed to heal. Some of us are supposed to graduate and go home. But for those of us who do recover, how important is attitude to the recovery process? 0 to 100%. The nurses averaged 98. Again, 2% for drugs and surgery, but aren't we grateful for drugs and surgery? Yes, okay, good, 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 good. All right, guys, so attitude is everything. You're right, we're going to get back to that in a minute. But anyway, when we feel good, I'm going to read these again. Would you like more of these? Fun, energy, joy, love, confidence, power, friends, hope, enthusiasm, success, and money. Would you like more of those? Thank you. And would you like to be able to give those away to the people that you care about? Yes or no? Yes. Yes, parents, thank you so much. So here's the deal. Where did they come from? They all came from feeling good, and feeling good came from choosing thoughts that what? Feel good. Does gratitude always feel good? Yes or no? Yes. It has been found to be one of the 4 most feel-good thoughts on the planet: enthusiasm, joy, love, and gee, it's simple, right? It's one of those things you can always do. So I'm going to invite you to start every morning with how many? 3 gratitudes from the past what? With no and share them. Find someone to email them to, text them to, say them to, because that's going to keep you more accountable. Even if they're not doing it back, it's going to change your life. I probably get at least a thank you a day. Check our Facebook page on 8 to Great, and you'll see people from all over the world saying, this simple thing changed my life. Why? Because if a ship is at dock and it sets its course and it's 5 degrees off, what's going to happen? By the end of the day, it's going to be 100 miles off, right? But if you set your course for that wonderful positive gratitude thing at the beginning, and one of the things I keep hearing Kim's arts team say, thank you. They probably thanked me, what, 500 times between the team since I got here. Thanked me for coming. Thanked me for the presentation last night. Thanked me from the podium. So again, huge, guys. All right, I think we're going to sum this up by saying, when we feel good, good things happen. Is that true? Yes or no? Yes. Say it with me. Here we go. When we feel Now, I got one table that believes it. Can we have it as nice and loud and clear? Sit up nice and straight in your chair. Here we go. One more time, everybody. When we feel good, good things happen. So what's my most important job standing before you today? Help you feel good? Good guess. That's not my most important. You're right. My most important job is to feel good myself, because if my most important job is to make you feel good, parents, I hope you're listening here. If my most important job is to help you be happy and you feel good, and you walk out of here going, oh, Perky Pollyanna talked too fast for me, and I go, oh, then I just gave you my what? Thank you. And we're not going to do that anymore. Amen? All right. Thank you so much. Give yourselves a hand. You got through that one good. That was wonderful. Awesome. Now I'm going to give you some very specific skills. We call them the 8 highways. We'll get through a couple of them here. Please open up your packets. And we're going to take a look at Highway 1. Would somebody please read me that quote from Einstein? Highway 1. Beautiful. Who is that, please? Would you please stand and come up and get a free book? Okay, let's give him a hand. Woohoo! Okay? And why am I giving him this book? Because anybody could have done this. I wondered if it was the guy in the white suit. That is just a good-looking suit. One more hand for him. Thank you, hon. Appreciate it. All righty, huh? All right, so it's all about imagination. Your only limits, dear ones, are your imagination. And how old were we when we were really good at imagining? What, 3, 4, 5? Except for Jim Carrey. Except for Oprah. Except for Gandhi, Martin Luther King, whoever your hero is that dreamt big and achieved it. Thank you, Barack Obama, for breaking that racial barrier. Amen? I don't care what else you think about his politics. He took a huge risk. Yes? Yes, and he put himself and his family on the line like every president does. Every president, anybody who runs for office puts their health and their family's health on the line. And I'm so grateful for our political system that we get to choose every 4 years, and each of those strong people come up, and again, brave people. So what we're going to do now is we're going to find out how important dreaming is and why dreaming will get you to 95. So number 1, it says a belief is a thought you keep thinking until you, I'm going to give you a hint, until you pat your chest. No, until you feel it, yes. A belief is a thought you keep thinking until you feel it. So I had a young woman by the name of Chelsea come up to me, and she said, can you help me? I'm from Oklahoma, and I want to go to MIT, but I don't even know anybody who's ever been to MIT. And I said, sweetheart, you going to MIT? And she goes, no, you don't understand. My parents don't have the money. I said, this isn't about your parents, and this isn't about money. Chelsea, you going to MIT or not? I don't believe it yet. Isn't that powerful? She thought it, but she hadn't what? Believed it. You ready for the CBA formula? Here we go. Conceive it, believe it. This happens in your heart. Achieve it. Let's say that one together with our hands, please. Conceive it, believe it, achieve it. You can't skip the heart, guys. You have to get to the believing part. So what I did was I had her go home and make a poster of all the pictures of MIT she could pull off the internet. And whose picture did I want her to put in the middle of that poster? Hers. And I said, you keep looking at that, Chelsea, till you believe that you belong in MIT. And one day she called me, okay, it's happened. Now it feels real good to think about MIT. Now what do I do? And I said, well, the second step is, look on your sheet, the second step is what? Risk. And she goes, but it's not time to apply yet. It's just first month of junior year. I said, honey, I think MIT has a phone. You can call them. But what will I say? I said, same thing you told me. You want to go to MIT? Is there anything you can do to help? She did. They said, oh my gosh, we're going to be there in 2 weeks. Could you get yourself to Oklahoma City? She went. They fell in love with her. She fell in love with them. They had a quota for Oklahoma they had not fulfilled. And where did she graduate from last spring? Let's have a hand for Chelsea. Yes. Awesome. I'm going to skip number 2 just for time. We're just going to go into an activity that I want you to have some fun with. I need 4 volunteers right here, right now. Let's have a hand. The first 4 people that come down here are the 4 that I'm looking for. Here we go. Okay, Brooke, I would love some help if you could, honey. I need my Brooke. I need my Brooke. I only need 4, so some folks sit down. Actually, I'm going to ask the little people to sit down if you could, please. Sorry, sweetheart. This is kind of a challenging physical activity. So, Brooke, if you could, yeah, thank you. I need a couple more potatoes. Thank you so much. Is there one more over there for me? Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, and I'm going to ask all of you, sitting nice and safely in your chairs, congratulations, risk takers. Huh? I've got a little prize for you when you're done. Oh, excellent. How hard is it to put a straw through a raw potato? Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the 8th grade answer is it's as hard as you make it. And the way you make it hard is by not believing it. You go, guy. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you. Now, when I first did this, my coach said, it's not going through. I said, excuse me. When I set my mind to something, he goes, no, it's not going through. I know it's not going through. I said, why are you saying that? He goes, look how you're holding the potato. If you believed it was going through, it hurts your hand. So you don't believe it's going through. I said, oh, so then I moved it up here. Now, this is one weird-looking potato. And then he showed me that it was possible. Anybody see that? Huh? Okay. Then he turned over the potato, turned over the straw, and did it again. Yes? All right? Do you believe they can do this, yes or no? All right, so here's the deal. Huh? I want you, if you really believe this, I want you to be cheerleaders, because we all need cheerleaders, yes? And some of us have family that are cheerleaders, and some of us have to be our own cheerleader. Amen? Okay, that's okay. You're going to start chanting yes, 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 and don't you stop till we have everybody's straw through the potato, okay? Guys, you believe you can do this, yes or no? Yes. Okay, hold it more like a spear than a pencil, all right? Give yourself play. Okay, hold on. She's good. She's good. Okay, you ready? Here we go. And yes, take a deep breath. Put it on through. Put it on through. Honey, you can't talk it through. You got a spirit. You got a spirit. Now, you're going to do this.
Got a spirit, Jamie. Come on.
Keep going. Hey, keep going. You're getting it. You're getting it.
Try again. Try again.
You're getting it. Honey, I'm coaching her. You're good.
That's all right.
Okay, you're good.
She's my sister, so.
Yes, 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 yes. See it going through. See it going through. You don't stop. You do not stop. Yes, 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 yes. Fantastic. You can keep those as mementos. Okay, all right. Now come on over there. Get yourself a student handbook. Let's give them one more hand. Woo! Awesome. Phantasmagoric. Okay, now I'm going to give you an activity that all of you can do every day, but only if you want to be like Oprah, Jim Carrey, Michael Jordan, because they do this every day. Are you ready? Take a deep breath. You were going to start talking about something that hasn't happened yet as though it already has. You see, my son wanted to, thank you so much, he wanted to make the swing choir, but he was only a sophomore, and it was the largest high school in Nebraska. I lived in Nebraska at the time, and he said, Mom, almost always it's juniors that make it for senior year, but I believe I can do this. And I said, do you, honey? Then go for it. Well, now it's the day before. He goes, Mom, I'm really nervous. I said, do you want to go over the song again? Because I play piano. He said, no, I want to use the process. I said, oh, yeah, the process. Okay, go outside and come back in. And he knew what that meant. When he came back in, what did he say? I made it, Mom. I said, yes. And we hugged and we high-fived. And I said, oh, my gosh, honey, tell me about it. He goes, oh, Mom, it's so good. The dance steps, I had them. And the song I sang nice and loud. I had great eye contact, great smile, remembered all the words. And, Mom, it went so well that all my other friends stood up and applauded me when I was done. I said, wow. And he goes, wow. Because that had just come to him. What happened the next day? Did he make swing choir, yes or no? He was the only sophomore to make swing choir. Secondly, what else happened at the audition? They stood up for him. I got a call the next day from the music director, and she goes, Ms. Mueller, I got to tell you, I've never seen the likes of it. He was on fire, and everyone stood to applaud him. What did you tell him to motivate him? I said, it was what he told me. He told me that was going to happen. Now, there's a woman here who has a story about the number 9, and I'm going to ask her to stand up nice and tall so I can see where she is. Okay, and come on up, huh? Because I'm telling this story last evening, and she said, oh my gosh, I have a story about the Arts Week.
So yesterday I met a mom and daughter. The daughter's 7 years old, and she said before they went and got their callback sheet, the daughter woke up and told her mom, Mom, I'm going to get 9 callbacks. And her mom said, oh, honey, don't you think 9's kind of a lot? Like, maybe 5. Let's kind of hope for 5. And she said, no, I prayed for 9. And so they showed me their callback sheet, and they said, she got 9. And then not only that, she got an extra one in the callback room, so she got a +1.
I love it. Thank you so much. Fantastic. She used the word pray. It says in my scriptures, in my holy book, and by the way, all the holy books say the same things, but in my holy book it says pray always. So I believe that thought is prayer, and when we ask, we receive. That's absolutely what I believe. And it also says everything you pray for, believe you have it already and it shall be yours. So here's what we're going to practice. You're going to take a dream that you want. It could be a trip you want to take, a car you want to drive, an award you want to win. Doesn't make any difference. You're going to take this dream. And by the way, parents, you're going to do this too. And then your partner is going to turn to you and say, what's your dream? What dream just came true? And then you're going to tell them, as though it has already come true, even though it hasn't. And then they're going to start with this word, congratulations! Now, I want this place to erupt with excitement. And by the way, when you dream of being picked up at the airport, it is in a limo driven by Johnny. Because Johnny picked me up in the limo from the airport yesterday, which has been one of those dreams that I've been able to achieve over the past few years as I get picked up in limos by handsome men who teach me Spanish on the way to the hotel. That's what I dreamt, and it's happening now. Your dreams can come true too, but only once you believe in them. So again, one of you, again, a little music would be awesome here. One of you is going to start and say, my dream that just happened is blank. And the other person's going to start by saying, what? And I mean, really get into this. Interview them. What was your favorite part? Oh my gosh, how did that feel? Oh my gosh, tell me more. Okay, ready? On your marks, with a partner, get set, and grow. Little music would be awesome. Thank you. Give yourselves a hand. That was awesome. That was awesome. And my question for you is, how did that feel? And the answer is? The very first time I did this in a high school setting, today we have 10,000 teachers teaching it. Sorry, 10,000. Ooh, that was my dream coming out. We have 1,000. 1,000 trainers teaching this in schools around the country. You can be one of those folks if you see me afterwards. At any rate, so we had my very first public school classroom, and we did this. And I said, how did that feel? And Michael said, freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. So the bell rang, and everybody left except Michael. He was still sitting there. Michael was a swimmer. I said, Michael, do you have any questions? No, he jumps up. I got it, and I'm going to do it. And I didn't know what it was. I just knew Michael was going to do it. And then he ran around to all his friends that day and said, 4 o'clock, be there. West side, don't ask. West side, yeah, swim meet. Yeah, be there. Don't ask. Because he was going to go up against the backstroke state champion, who was a senior, who he'd never beat. But he said, I saw that one in my lane when I got out of the water. I saw that one, I felt it, I knew it was going to happen. And sure enough, it happened that day. He runs up to his coach and he says, that lady was right. CBA works. When you believe it, you achieve it. And the coach is going, Michael, did you see the clock? Michael, look at the clock. You took 2 full seconds off your swim time. How did you do that? And he said, I just believed I could. I told this story to Allie Van John at her school a year later, and she wrote me the following. Dear MK, when you walked into the gymnasium, I was an average golfer. By the time you walked out, I was an exceptional golfer. I'm going to do something in the next few days that will make you replace your Michael Phelps and your Michael the student examples with my own when you tell someone of someone who truly believed and succeeded. The very next day, Allie competed against the 2-year undefeated state champion in high school golf in her state, beating her by 2 strokes, winning the tournament, and taking how many strokes off her best ever competitive score? 8. Let's give it up for Allie Van John, yes? Are we in the miracle category, yes or no? Yes. And what is it? You can't have a miracle about your goals. You can only have a miracle when you have dreams, and that's what arts is all about. Catching the fire of that dream. Now, sometimes your dreams evolve. I thought for sure I was going to be, the actress of the world, and I went off to Washington, D.C. to go to school and be the actress, and one day in a volunteer thing, I taught at this alternative school, and I was hooked. And so I changed my major to education, but I still did theater, and then I said, oh, this is great, but then I won Best Actress in a Musical, all this other stuff, and then they said, okay, now we want you to do this for 12 weeks and da-da-da-da-da. And by then I had children, and I said, 12 weeks of 6 nights a week? I couldn't do that. Could you split the role? No. So I pulled out of theater. That's okay. Then I found out I wanted to be a jingle singer, and I went into the studio and I said, yeah, I'd like to listen to a jingle. Could I, just to see what it's like? And at the end of it, she said, okay, do you want to audition? And I went, today? Oh, I'll practice. And she goes, no, Star Spangled Banner now. Go ahead in there. No vibrato. Oh, say, can you see? I can sing on pitch, no vibrato. And she said, we'll call you. But she didn't. She said she'd call on Monday, and Monday came and went, and the only people who called me were my friends to see if she called. And so I waited another Monday, and she still didn't call. What percentage of people would give up at this point, please? What percent of most people would give up at this point? High in the 90s. Here's where you are. Here's where you want to be. Get out your finger and draw me the road to success right now in the air, please. Go ahead and draw the road to success. No, yes, no, yes, no, yes, yes. It's never been a straight line, not for Jim Carrey, not for Oprah, and it's not going to be for you. How many of you have seen the movie Rudy? Could I see those hands, please? Okay, all right. Rudy ever give up, yes or no? Yes. You go back and do those last 3 minutes of the movie on YouTube, guys. And what happens? Charles Dutton. How come you not do this for practice? Because I quit. You what? I quit. Never going to amount to anything. You are 5'0" and you are so full of it. You are one of the best football teams in the country. You are about to graduate from one of the best universities. It's a great scene. Sometimes, guys, you're going to have to be that person who helps your friend not give up. You willing to be that friend, yes or no? Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because you're going to need each other. You're going to need each other along the way. And if you can't find a friend who believes in your dreams, you got my number. All right? It's at the bottom of those handouts. You with me? Who else's number do you have? Her name is Kim Myers. Let's give it up for her, huh? That's all you need. That's all you need are a couple numbers in your back pocket of people who will never stop believing in your dreams. I believe we are never given a dream without the power to make it come true. Why would our higher power give us a dream if it wasn't possible? But like I'm trying to tell you the story, sometimes the dream evolves. Because my dream is no longer to be on the big stage. My dream's to be on the small stage. You with me? This stage right here, I had a chance to be on that stage, and I said, no, I want to be right here. I want to be right here with the people because this is where I want to be. This is my new dream, yes? So sometimes dreams evolve, but that doesn't mean you give up. Where do most people give up here? After the first dip. Do you remember Michael Lawson at the beginning? Yes? Huh? And by the way, I have a Michael Lawson CD here, and you know who I'm going to give it to? The only person I saw in the congratulations activity that stood up and hugged somebody. Let's give it up for him. All right. Awesome. Okay, so every day, when can you use the congratulations activity? Before a performance, before an audition, before a test, before what? Anything, before a vacation. This is going to be our best ever vacation. Oh my gosh, wasn't it a great vacation? Oh, congratulations, we had our best ever vacation. And this happened, and then we met these wonderful people, and then things just went, and then we got these things for free, right? Huh? Guys, I have a child because my adopted baby said, I want a little brother. And I said, oh, honey, I don't think they adopt almost 40-year-olds, but thank you for sharing. And what did she say? I want a little brother. And all of a sudden I realized, wait a minute, Mary Kay, everything you pray for, believe you have it, and it shall be yours. That's a lot of things. And I said, honey, foster child, this is possible. High five, honk, honk, amen. We're putting in our order, little brother, okay? And on the way home from the grocery store, we were picking out what? Names. And what did the doctor tell me 38 days later? A, I'm pregnant. B, I'm off the charts fertile, and unless I want a whole bunch of kids in my 40s, we need to talk. Okay, so I'm just telling you that my son is my miracle, and I can't ever forget it. All right, so we're ready to move on to risk? Yeah? Okay? Risk. What is this about? Who wrote Carol Burnett and said, I'm going to be a great comedian, you really should send me some money to launch my career? Who? Jim Carrey. Come on up and get a prize, whoever said that. Let's give him a hand. Woohoo! Congratulations, buddy. You keep dreaming, all right? Okay? Who was it who lived in a trailer when she was little and said, someday I'm going to be a star? And then her mother took her after, I think it was junior year in high school, I'm not sure. But anyway, she was still in high school, and they moved to LA, and the first thing they did was she put quarters, this is how old this is, quarters in the phone machine, and called every agent and said, my daughter's beautiful, my daughter's talented, you have to give her an audition. My daughter's beautiful, my daughter's talented. Who? Oh, thank you. She's waving at me. Okay, so we're at 3, Thank you. Okay, and any guesses? Break, come on down. Hillary Swank, you got it. Woohoo! All right. Now, why am I telling you these stories? Because you need to know, congratulations, sweetheart. You need to know that small risks don't get you anything but small rewards. You clear on that one? When I held up the $20 bill, it's when you get out of your comfort zone. How many of you have not seen Pursuit of Happiness? Can I see those hands? You have not seen it. Sweetheart, you and your family get to see that. Let's give this wonderful guy a hand. All right, huh? Okay? And what do we know about him? We know that in that movie, you start counting risks and you're going to get tired of counting, right? Including risks that don't work out, like giving the machine to the hippie lady to watch, and then she just stole it, right? Are all your risks going to work out, yes or no? No, because risks are risky. And you got to know that that's part of the deal. That's part of the deal. And you still do it and you do it. And let's have a hand for every risk taker who came to Orlando to work with the arts this week. Woohoo! Okay, now every time I give a talk, I'm given some inspiration that's just for this audience. And here's the inspiration I was given for you. Never pass up a chance to take a risk. Never pass up a chance. Perform every chance you get. Tim Lowe, would you please stand? Tim Lowe, let's have a hand for Tim Lowe, who's standing right now. Where is he? Tim Lowe. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, come on up. So I'm walking down the hall. I just walked into the hotel. I come across a young man with a number on his chest, and I go, ooh, this is a contestant. And I said, okay, your name, sir? And he gave me a wonderful power handshake. Would you turn to the person next to you and give them a power handshake? Oh, yeah. Turn right now. Give them a power handshake. Let it go. I love it. Yeah? All right, that's how you give a power handshake. Parents, practice that with them, okay? There you go, sweetheart. And then I said, so what's your talent? And Tim named a couple, including singing. And I said, so Tim, would you sing for me, please? And here's what he did.
Gotta change my answering machine now that I'm alone, because right now it says that we can't come to the phone. And I know it makes no sense, 'cause you walked out the door, but it's the only way I hear your voice anymore.
Thank you, sweetheart. Awesome. Yes. Phenomenal. And that's what you do. Every chance you get, you perform. Where's my P woman? Come on, where are you, Kim? Yell it out for us, sweetheart. She met Sandy Patty a few years ago. 1980s gospel singer. Kim, stand one more time and sing us one phrase of one of your favorite songs, Sandy Patty. Here you go, girlfriend. Let's join her. Here we go. Everybody. How sweet the sound. Keep going. That saved and set me free. And set me free. Me free. Keep going. I once was lost, but now, right now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. She knew I was going to call on her for the Sandy Patty story. She did not know I was going to call on her to sing. Did she perform at any moment? Yes or no? She did. All right. So you perform at any possibility. You A, audition at every possibility. You C, you S, study, right? Study who? People who do what you want to do. And finally, I'm having a Mitt Romney moment. Oh, it's right here. You speak. And I don't care if you're a dancer. I want you to learn to speak because it's going to prepare you for interviews, yes? So when people say, what do? You say, I dance and I speak about dancing. Let's practice saying what you do. I sing and I speak about singing. I dance and I speak about dancing. I act and I speak about acting. Go ahead and tell that to the person next to you. I need a 5 count, okay? Okay. Woohoo! All right, how's that feel? Good. What does past stand for again? You're gonna perform at every possible chance. You're going to A, audition at every chance. You're going to S, study everything you can about what you want to do, huh? And finally, you're going to speak, all right? Never pass up a chance to use what the arts has started to grow in you. And so let me start to close here, guys, huh? The stories I could tell you are just legion. So I'm just going to remind us back to that homework. When you don't do what you believe is your best, you're going to F, G, and H yourself. F, you're going to forgive yourself. G, you're going to be grateful, what? For the things that did go right. And H, you're going to have hope. Sometimes when I give the gratitude homework and I say 3 gratitudes every morning, they say, oh, I don't want to start that. Because once I start it, I'm going to forget, and then I'm going to feel worse about forgetting than if I had never started. And I go, of course you're going to forget. You're human. And when you forget, you're going to FGH yourself. What are you going to do? Forgive yourself for forgetting to do your gratitudes. Be grateful that you what? Remembered. And H, have hope that you'll remember better next time, okay? So I'm going to end with 2 stories. One is a true one, and the other one, since I'm from Kansas, I got to do it, is what? Wizard of Oz, all right. And so the first one is Zach, and when he was 7, this is my miracle baby, he pulled on my pants leg, and he said, Mom, and I said, what, sweetheart? He goes, Mom, what's different? And I said, I don't know, sweetheart, what's different? Well, you're happier. You're singing more. You're laughing more. You don't yell at us anymore. Joe noticed too, Mom. What's different? I said, oh, my gosh. You can tell. Oh, my gosh. I'm just writing down 3 things I'm grateful for every day and sharing them with somebody. He goes, really, you can tell? He goes, how come you haven't taught us? And I said, well, sweetheart, you seem pretty happy already, but I can teach you. He goes, okay. I said, we're going on a vacation to Boulder tomorrow. Here, you go tell Joe we're going to go on a gratitude vacation. Joe, we're going on a gratitude vacation. The next day we got in the car, and what did we do? 3 things we were grateful for from the past, what? 24 hours. And he said, Mom, I don't feel any different. And I said, that's because you're already 95ing, honey. You wait, you wait. And so that night we got to the hotel, and what did he say? Okay, kids, it's time to wake up. Come on, it's time to go in the hotel. It's 10:30. Mom, I'm hungry. I said, sweetheart, no, it's not time to eat. It's time to go to sleep. Mom, I'm really hungry, and there's a McDonald's right there. I said, sweetheart, there's 9 cars in line. That's okay. We'll do that gratitude thing, get back in a good mood. He's 7, he's sleepy, and he's coaching me. Okay? Okay, honey. We got in line, and he said, I'm grateful that you just opened up the sunroof. Now I can see the stars. My daughter said, I'm grateful they're still open at 10:30 at night. I'll take that from a teenager. I said, I'm grateful that it's so safe to be out in the Midwest at 10:30 at night. I'm grateful that car just pulled away. Now there's only 8 left. And by the time we got up to the window, where were we? We were 95, and yeah, we were. Okay. And the guy opened the window, and I said, oh, thank you so much for being open this late. He goes, no, thank you for waiting so patiently. Here, it's on us. And Zach goes, boy, Mom, this stuff really works. Does it? Her name was Dorothy, and she decided to ask for what she wanted. If only I could live over there. It seemed like such a crazy dream, but when you keep asking and you keep believing, it shows up. And sometimes it shows up in ways you didn't realize. And she said, oh my gosh, I'm over the rainbow. Okay, well, huh? And then what did the Glinda, the good witch, say? All right, just follow this little yellow brick road and you'll, yes? Now, didn't some of us want to say cut across? It just goes in a circle, just cut across. See, and here's the deal. You can't cut across doing your 3 gratitudes, okay? You're going to go, oh, is this really helping? But you can't cut across. You just have to do it every day, and eventually it will lead you to Oz. But Dorothy almost gave her power away to 2 people. Who was the first one? The wizard. And he had to fall off that pedestal. Don't you let any big shot with a big title and big money tell you who you are. You hear me? It's the same thing Kim told you last night. You have to be yourself. Zoe Deschanel, I don't know if I said that right, is the same person on screen as off. I just saw an interview. That's who she is. They said, who's your character? She said, me at 14. And she kept being who she was, knowing that would be enough. Okay? And that's what you do. You know that you are already enough. And you stay true to yourself on that course. So she gave her power away to the wizard, and then she found out he was half jerk, half jewel. Yeah, okay, all right. But he wasn't just jerk. He was a jewel. He knew some things, didn't he? Sure. And she also gave her power away to the witch, and of course then she had to what, huh? She had to figure out, well, okay, all of a sudden, huh? Right? What do? You, right? You pour water. You face your fears. You don't run from them. You run to, not from, yeah? And you face your fears and you do the thing you're most afraid of, and that's what makes you stronger. So she worked all these processes. So now it's time to go. And the wizard reminds me they already have whatever they wanted. They've already had it. And then she wants to go home, and he goes, I'll make a balloon. And so she misses the balloon. Do you remember this part? The balloon goes off without her. And she goes, oh, my power just went off without me. And Glinda is called on again. Oh, what's the matter, dear one? Well, just click your heels, say this little phrase, and you'll be home in no time. And the Scarecrow gets so ticked. Wait just a minute. If it was that easy, why didn't you tell her a long time ago? And I love this line. Because she wouldn't have believed me. Do you know, there are people in this auditorium today who might say, she was a nice speaker, but she made it sound so simple. It couldn't really be that simple, could it? Believing, being grateful. It is, dear ones. Follow your arts, follow your hearts, and you'll find out. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue. Don't you dare shush her. And the dreams that we dare to dream, everybody, really do come true. Thank you all so much. God bless you. Woo! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessings. Thank you. And I do the same for you. Thank you so much. Thank you, dear ones. Thank you. Blessings.
Are we feeling powerful? Are we feeling motivated? Can I get a big round of applause one more time for the lovely M.K. Mueller?